Welcome one, welcome all. Welcome to the very, very late start of the show. Thank you very much to Slagon for jumping on board last minute to try and suss out why half of the stuff wasn't working, and thank you everyone for your patience in hanging out. Oh man, things were not working well. Things were busted left and right, but all of it seems to be kind of running now. We even have the visual up, should have the chat displayed in just a bit. Again, welcome along to PmpVsChillin. Just hanging out. See, Bidey has joined as well. Welcome aboard, Bidey. Yeah, let's take a song, because I need to de-stress just for a little bit, because, man, things were not working as intended. But we're here. I'm going to run through some stuff. Hopefully show off some new stuff on PMP, and hopefully you'll enjoy that for those of you who are on the chat. And before we get any further, you can see the visuals for the show if you go to www.PlanMixPlay.com, where if you chat along there, you will actually have some visuals hanging out. You'll see your chat showing up, just like LP Chip, who says I'm here. He just refreshed the user list. Yes, the user list is still notoriously unactive, so if you don't refresh it, you won't actually see who's hanging out. Yeah. All right, let's take a little bit of Defunk with Primary Star just to kick off the show. And yes, you can still send the love emoji. Yeah, man. I'll tell you a little bit about what went sideways and just talk a bit about what the show is all about. But in the meantime, let's have Defunk take it away with Primary Star. Hello.
Just when you go away, and you had a chance to know what you're getting. You gotta stop, love yourself. Things are changing. Things are changing. Things are changing.
Apparently things are changing. I don't really know why they're changing, but they are. Hopefully that... No. Uh-oh. Oh. Have that problem. Ooh. Hello? Hopefully people can still hear me. Yes, those emojis did not. Clearly PMP has a few issues there. Hopefully everyone can still hear me. Man, I gotta check that out. That's something that the program should just ignore. But it sounds like we're still going through. So first of all, a big hello to Bidey and Bidey and Lili and Sibel, and yes, those emojis, please do not send them again, because that will cause huge glitches on my end. But thank God things did not stop, which was my main concern. But clearly there's some robustness to work with, which is, you know, figuring that out as well, which kind of that leads me into the territory of talking about what I've been working on. So I was hoping to have some very sort of 90s-ish video toaster effects ready. Basically, way back, well, in the 90s and aughts, sports shows used to do this thing where when they were transitioning between two different shots, they'd sort of pan away with a square. So let me try and demonstrate that. If anyone who's tuning in can see the visuals, let me grab this thing here, and hopefully you should see a smooth transition. So yeah, you kind of see how it, you know, fades away and makes room for something else. And if we transition out of that again, then we'll basically see the same sort of box transition from this tunnel shot in just a second, hopefully. There we go. And I've been working on that. It's not quite finished yet, but the first pieces are there, and that kind of came from I think it was Virtua Tennis, and I remember seeing that game and going like, man, it's cool that the people who made this game actually sort of tried to replicate how a real broadcast would be, and I thought that was really cool. I'm glad to see that people appreciate that as well. There is one other trick that black hole can do, so why don't we start the show with a showstopper and get right into that. So let me just line up the next song, which can actually make use of that. We're going to listen to Macke from Sweden with Glider Rider. So I'm going to put him on here, and then we're going to transition out a little bit. So hold on to your horses. I'm going to let Macke Glider Rider take it away. So please take it away, Macke. Now, please, do it. So one problem is not 8-bit enough. Let's make that more 8-bit. Yeah. And that was Macchia with Glider Rider. Let's get rid of that tunnel. We don't need that tunnel right now. Well, hopefully some of you watching out there could see what that was all about. Tried to make the lyrics work. Tried to have that put together. And Baidi clearly very enamored with the lyrics there. Mwah. Yeah, it's Sunday evening, and we made it work. This transitional thing wasn't working this morning, and I wouldn't say that I've gotten particularly good at estimating how far I'll get in a day. So at the morning, I'm like, oh, surely I can do. An analogy would be like if I'm trying to build a car. In the morning, I'd be like, surely I'll have the entire car ready, leather, rich Corinthian leather, power steering, wheels, it'll all be there. And then about 2 hours into the day, I'll be like, well, maybe we'll, scratch the leather. It'll still have wheels, there'll be your steering wheel, it'll be fine. And then as I only have about 2 hours left of the day, it's like, maybe this car can't go left or right, maybe just straight ahead, I'll be fine. And then at the very end of the working day, it'll be like, well, this car can barely move. But maybe if someone gets out and pushes it, and if we paint a car on the cardboard box that I was able to build, then someone will be fooled. I see Bassie needs a scratch. Let's try this. There you go. It's one for you, Bass Man. So yeah, it didn't quite pan out, but it does work sort of. Like, I want to make a lot more transitions with that rectangle thing. All it does is kind of flip out, and that's... Yes, you're right, Baidi. It does have a big black hole in the, I guess, where the gas pedal should be. I don't know. Next up, let's take a request, because I know that LP Chip... was in there requesting a bunch of stuff, and so was HTK. And LP Chip writes, hello, Gazoo. I don't know why you've got a Cockney accent, but that's what you're getting. Hello, Gazoo. Would love to hear some Moog Jazz Cat. Want to play that for us? Thanks. I swore not to swear on this show, but yes, Bang You're Dead says Bang You're Dead. It's very I concede is all I can say to that. But let's get a bit of Moog on with some Jazz Cat, because that's a really good song. If I can just figure out where to talk amongst yourselves, everyone, while I just figure this out, because this is not doing what I want to do. That there. Here we go. Jazz Cat. And I presume you wanted LP Chip. I presume you wanted the 007 version. Well, hopefully you do, because that's what you're going to get. Just for you, LP Chip.
Asking for you all morning. Where in the world are you, Jay?
Well, I've just been reviewing an old case.
Oh, so I'm an old case now, am I?
The office. Tell him on the way, will you?
He is not on his way.
Yeah. Behave. We'll do this again some other time soon.
Do what? Last time you said that you went off to Jamaica. Seen you for 6 months.
I'll be there now.
Hey, you're okay.
It's got a bit of a weird ending, but like T said, it's what exactly did she say? Something about a hole in one and sexy song. That's right, it is very sassy. And that was for LP Chip. So LP Chip, thank you very much for requesting that. Coming up next, we have another request, and this is PmpVsChillin. PmpVsChillin is man, he makes some really good stuff, and I've not heard this particular song yet. But I know it's good stuff, so I'm really kind of eager. It's audio art is what AceTK wanted. And I also saw that he was teeing up a joke, I presume, asking why there's always a tee on the golf course. Exactly, because you followed Batsman? Who knows? Man, I really need to get on top of getting a hold of... that's why that's not behaving the way it's supposed to. Alright, you know what? We're going to have to queue up something else, because RKO.kwed is not behaving the way I want it to. So why don't we instead go with I have promised Berserk, so we'll do some Berserk first. I'd say let's take it away with his version of I Love Bees, because who doesn't?
This is Berserk, Mr. Berserk. This is Berserk. This is Berserk.
And that was a little bit of Berserk with I Love Bees. I do like a bit of a little bit of Berserk. So I'm gonna try something for someone who's on the stream. Hopefully this doesn't crash everything, because I have not tested half of this half as well as I should have. So let's just put that over there. Bear with me. Kapow! Now you're dead too. Suck on that. Yeah, hopefully that worked. Let's put this away. Yeah, let's go back to... I don't really like that retro. See, the retro camera thing, it's kind of working, it's kind of not working. Let's put that away. In fact, especially because it has all that black background on the side over here. That's no good. Get rid of that. There we go. All right, back in it. So we had a couple of requests. I really wish I could fulfill your request a little bit quicker, HDK, but for some reason it's man, downloading from RKO KWED isn't really working. So instead I'm just gonna give a bit of the gift of gab, which is to say I watched Starship Troopers recently, and that Paul Verhoeven knows how to make a good movie. I would highly recommend anyone out there checking out his movies. Starship Troopers still holds up. It is really phenomenal in terms of what it tries to show. It's has no shortage of underlying political messaging. Indeed, with my best gal, and it's really something. Like watching that movie even today just shows that I don't know if I'd say it was ahead of its time. It just has a sort of a twist on it that a lot of other movies you don't see today, and even more so if you go and watch one of Paul Verhoeven's earlier movies, which is RoboCop. And that movie is, I think it was Red Letter Media who said that sort of movie just wouldn't be made today. Like it's a combination of very heavily, honestly, a lot of over the top violence, but then also just an amount of slapstick that you wouldn't see put together. Like it kind of comes off as very strange, but I don't know. I think it still works. The remake, it's not bad. If anyone's seen that, I guess I would kind of recommend that too. Not sure. All right. Let's take it back a bit. Let's play an old classic here on Slay Radio while I'm trying to still get a hold of that new Berserk track, because RKO is really not doing well for me today. I'm downloading at like modem speeds here, like 11 kilobytes a sec. That's some heavy stuff. So in the meantime, I'll play something I do have, which is The Dead Guys with Paperboy or Paperboy, the remix.
It's a trip. It's got a funky beat.
And there you go, just a little bit of the Dead Guys with Paperboy, requested by LP Chip, who said he just wanted any version of Paperboy, DJ's choice. So, yeah, how we play that. And, man, I'm still working on your request, HTK. It's just, I don't know what's going on. RKO usually isn't this difficult, but it is now. And also T bringing the jokes, who asks why Cinderella can't, play golf? Because she's a grass slipper? No, that's not it. Is that, I don't know, sounded like because she runs away from the ball. Nah. I appreciate the opportunity to fill my very basic show with the odd joke. So much appreciated, T. Thank you very much. I should have a jokes book here just to up the quality whenever possible. In the meantime, I'm gonna try and play one of the other few songs I do have some lyrics working to as well. This time it's Nemesis the Warlock with Nemesis the Doorlock, the OC remix. I think this is a very low-key song. We'll see. Either way, and after that, HDK, I hopefully will be able to play your request. So take it away, Nemesis the Warlock. that did not go as planned. So my apologies for the stream temporarily going sideways and crashing. That was always a risky thing. I knew that not everything had been thoroughly tested, so please accept my humble apologies for a bit of an unexpected sideways crash. But hey, that's how it goes sometimes. Gotta roll with the punches, gotta get everything set up again. Not much we can actually do about that other than just keep the show running. And to do this, I think I will play just a little bit of Anthony Norris with... will I do this? Yeah, good point, LP Chip. There is... it's rare for a crash to be expected. And it's a bummer because it also means it kind of undermines some of the end of the show. I was, sort of quoting people saying things, and they'll be part of the wrap-up at the end. And all of that is lost. But that's just how it goes. What to play next? I feel like this is like a slightly upsetting experience, so we should almost have something slightly upsetting music to go with it. But I don't know what I have that I would call upsetting. So I think I'm just going to go with a bit of Hazel with Muggsy's Revenge, and then afterwards we'll try to see if I can't get Ace DK's request in. And yeah, you're right, Viva Linder. It is indeed live, and that just comes with the territory. So take it away, Hazel with a little bit of Muggsy's Revenge. And just when you thought you had it all figured out, things go belly up. Yeah, apparently for some reason the lyrics attached to that one song I was playing did not quite work out the way I was intending. And PlanMixPlay, which happens to be the platform that I am doing the show on, go download it at www.planmixplay.com. Needless plug. It's prototype. It's a work in progress, but definitely progress is being made. Things are starting to work, and I think definitely more functional every show, and it had been a while since I'd done one of these, so I really wanted to just test drive a few things. And I see we have another upcoming joke, a joke contribution. Beide asks, what do you call a fish wearing a bow tie? Then Beide left the chat and Beide joined the chat. We're all waiting in anticipation for the fish with the bow tie. Well, why don't we come back to this compelling joke after a little bit of Berserk with audio art, the request the request by AceDK. Sophisticated. I like it. Take it away, Berserk audio art.
It's not easy to surprise us anymore as an audience. We're not innocent. Like an apathetic teenager, we have endless opportunities and resources and endless chances to see something special, but we've become more and more bored by the nature of art due to our endless access to content. And it's rare and really exciting to see something that feels new.
And there we had a bit of Berserk with audio art, and he really does not disappoint. Solid request there, HTK. And Votega writes on the Discord chat that the neighbor's super impressed with what's happening on your TV. Shaka Lamer Day? Hashtag? Yeah, I also appreciate Lions kicking... no, it's actually T kicking in with another joke targeted at Lions. So when your hammer is C++, everything begins to look like a thumb. If you go by what Bjarne Stostrup, the original inventor, said, it would be something along the lines of if your hammer is C++... Well, wait, if your shotgun is C++, everything begins to look like a leg. There's this old adage of C++, like C will let you shoot you in the leg, and C++ will let you do the exact same thing, except it'll kind of take your leg clean off because you can do so much more damage with it. Either way, I think I should probably also briefly point out that if I'm not responding to people on Discord or on the IRC channel or on the the Crossbridge on slayradio.org, my apologies. That's when it's been such a long time since I've done a show. I just don't have the resources to keep track of four different incoming chat channels, so I do primarily focus on PlanMixPlay.com, which you can join if you want to be eternally memorialized in a YouTube video with a chat channel. I also really would love to integrate the chat into the other visualizers a bit more. Right now, I've just done it on that one side. And yes, LP Chip brings up a good point. You can go to www.planmixplay.com if you want to chat along. You will have to make an account. Unfortunately, it's not... I would love to just allow people to pretty anonymously chat, but back when I was implementing that was not... Let's just say it needed some additional effort to make all of that happen. So it hasn't been a top priority. But who knows? Maybe one day. In the meantime, I think we'll play another request by AceTK, who also wanted a little bit of Peter Clark with Ocean Loader 3, 21st Century Sid Remix. And there we have a little bit of Peter Clark with Ocean Loader 3 21st Century Sid remix. So thank you for that request. And LP Chip has just made me fully aware of what I've been doing wrong. It's I basically been sharing. Man, I'm a bit of a beginner when it comes to XSplit and streaming. And rather than sharing the output window, I was accidentally sharing the desktop, which meant whenever I might have to search for a window or something else, XSplit just happily streams whatever happens to be on that screen, which would sometimes end up being my desktop. So yeah, that should have been fixed now. In the meantime, I think we'll play yet another request, this time back to LP Chip, who wanted a little bit of Roly Boulder Dash with Funky Pebbles mix, and he says, always loved that song, and I couldn't agree with you more. Take it away, Roly. Roly with a little bit of Boulder Dash Funky Pebbles mix, requested by LP Chip. The song prior to that requested by AceDK. I appreciate both of you guys lining up a few requests for me, because it does make coping with unforeseen things a little bit easier. It's been a bit of a rocky show, but and another joke comes in from LP Chip, who says, "What does a C64 say that agrees? Ready?" Does that mean that it's agreeing? Maybe I don't get it. Maybe I need Look, jokes aren't always my forte. We're coming into the, I'd say, not quite, let's say the last third of the show. It's not going to be a particularly long one, because it's been, I'd say, slightly stressful getting everything lined up and everything working, but definitely glad I did it, because that made me, that forced myself to test a bunch of things, make sure that things are working, and just try things out. You really have to run things to see that it's doing what it's supposed to, and it's been way too long since I've used PlanMixPlay to do a show. I did do one with both the lovely Ziona and Slagon not too long ago, and there was a bunch of stuff that still wasn't working. And honestly, look, there's a ton of stuff that isn't working now. Like, clearly there was a bit of polish to go. But I'm happy that things are getting better all the time. In fact, due to a feature request from Slagon, I can now easily drop songs in straight out of the Windows Explorer and into PlanMixPlay. And yeah, I really like that. I think that's a really cool thing. I'm going to play a tune that I want, which is CZ Tunes with Blue Angel 69 title remix, Chili's Sid mix. And then I'm going to play around with the tunnel lyric visualizer and see if I can't make that one a little bit more interesting. Take it away, CZ Tunes. CZ Tunes with Blue Angel 69 title remix, Chili's Sid mix, and I just gotta say I do appreciate Votega, who on the Discord chat says that he or she, well, that Bottega really likes the visuals, which I'm glad to hear. I do like integrating them as a part of the show and playing around with them a bit more in the future. And again, I feel PlanMixPlay has definitely gotten to the point where it's more and more functional. Now it's less than less just a weird thing that I insist on using, but actually something that brings something to the table that other pieces of software don't. And yeah, I'm enjoying that for sure. Let's have a bit of Chris Abbott. I feel Chris Abbott has not really had his day on the show so far. I'm gonna play his Action Biker vaguely reworked mix, and yeah, gonna put a visual on it and pixelate the F out of that because yeah, this is a very Sid chippy tune. So take it away, Chris Abbott. And there, those visuals just abruptly ended, even though they weren't really supposed to do that. But, you know, that's how it goes. In fact, why don't we put those back, and then while I'm talking, and you can see the output of the microphone, can even control some of the mountains. Oh. Yeah, go left and right. Anyway, now we want those mountains to sort of pop out. There you go, and they rolling away. Ah! There we go, perfect. All right, now we're on to the last quarter of the show. It's been a hectic one. I'll say that. It's not, things haven't been working exactly as intended, but sort of. An LP ship says that the accent E works, but not the O. Yeah, look, the way it's supposed to work is that PlanMixPlay will render the characters it's been told how to render, and then everything else it sort of disregards. And it was... I do appreciate that Lions earlier today tried to paste in some emojis and shows that, yeah, that please do not do that right now. I definitely need to fix that before the next show. Hey, let's try this. Oh. Ha, that was just the same color. Actually, let's do this. Yeah, there we go. Now it's real messed up. How about this? Does this do anything? Nope, that doesn't really do much. What about that? Nah, they sort of all do the same. It's not too interesting. Let's get rid of that again. Get rid of that decolorization. There we go. Away with that. It didn't quite work with the emojis, but we're getting there. That's just the sort of stuff you have to work out the kinks of. And LP Chip says, "Wow, Neon, I've got one better for you, LP Chip. Let's pretend that you are drunk." Whoa, there we go. Now who's having trouble seeing what's what? That's right. In fact, I think I can make us even drunker. Yep. There we go. Super drunk vision. This doesn't really work well as an audio broadcast for anyone who isn't watching YouTube. So, yeah, let's get back to playing the music. Let's get rid of that drunk blur again. No, let's have it back again. Now let's get rid of it. There. All right. Coming up next, I've got absolutely nothing lined up. But I can pick something at the very last moment and make it seem as though I've been lining this up all the time. You wouldn't believe it. Like, that's the skill of a talented vocal person, is to is to just say and pretend that they've planned things out all along when they actually haven't. Well, actually, that sort of went sideways. What I hadn't planned all along was a bit of PVCF with my number C64. That's coming up now.
I love you, baby. Baby, give me your number. F-L-X-T-64.
About you tonight, you're always in my mind. I'm thinking about you tonight, you're always in my mind. About you tonight, you're always in my mind. I'm thinking about you tonight, you're always in my mind.
Tonight.
You call the handsome time, you no way I can catch your mind. It's my heart again. Your love is no first time. I know his name. All the things I reject your mind. Never ever want to see. I love you tonight. Oh, I close my eyes.
I gotta say, I do love the insinuation that I would be insulted for being asked where the visuals are from, because Matt from, I presume, associated with Boz Radio, has joined us. Thanks for tuning in, by the way. And yes, the visuals are homemade, part of PlanMixPlay, and you can use them too if you want. You just gotta download PlanMixPlay. You gotta have a PC running Windows, and it's there. Do note that there's been quite a bit of work done on PlanMixPlay since the release that's on the website. So I think the neon grid is in there and working, but there are some pretty big kinks that I've been working out since. But there is a version up there for you to play around with and give a shot or give a try if you want to see the neon grid thing. Yes, and do apologize for those hiccups. I know exactly what they come from. They come from me wanting to pull out one last trick before we get to the very end of the show. People who've tuned in before will know of this trick, or rather have seen it before. But I don't care, because it's a cool thing, and I really want to show it off. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna play a little bit of Lazy Jones. So I'm gonna tee that up, and hopefully what I have intended will work as well. Time will tell. You got to risk it for the biscuit and see what it works. Oh, and by the way, since Matt from Slay Radio or Boz Radio, you might actually look into it. If you do have any issues, there is a Discord chat that you can join. I I'll try and send you an invite if you are on Slay Radio. Just give a shout, and I'll pop you on there. And yeah, you can let me know how you go. Because oh man, there's plenty of stuff that isn't working quite right. Anyway, in the meantime, I have lined up Slum God of Depth with Lazy Jones, the Funky Jones remix, and a little trick up my sleeve. Let's hope this works. Here we go. As you may have noticed, I'm not playing the game very well at this point, and I'll tell you why at the end. And that was a little bit of Slum God of Depth, Lazy Jones, the Funky Jones remix. And you may be wondering why I'm playing so goddamn poorly. Basically, a little bit of behind-the-scenes info here. So, oh, and by the way, Ice joins us on the chat. Sup, Ice? Welcome to the chat. So, if you ever want to record a demo or do some video stuff, you are better off, rather than capturing the footage as you're playing, you're usually a bit better off doing a demo recording and then capturing the footage off that demo recording. And there are a couple of reasons for that. The primary one being that you can re-export the footage later if you want to do so, because if you recorded a demo of you playing and something goes wrong, like I'd say there's a lot more complexity that can go sideways when you are working with recording stream. Also, let's get rid of this video for now. There we go. However, it turns out that the emulator that I record these demos on wasn't, I guess, frame exact, or how you would put it. Either way, it just wouldn't replicate the interactions perfectly. So I found that for some games, the demo did not repeat basically the actual experience of playing the game, which of course makes it a little more troublesome to record a demo and then record that demo being played back. So I would ideally prefer to do it that way, so I'm going to have to look into maybe switching emulators or something else, because I really do like these videos that can kind of fit into the show. LP Chip also asked if I had me playing Aztec Challenge. Unfortunately, I don't, but I do have a couple other games. In fact, I'm going to line one up now, and I happen to know that it will break the broadcast a bit. So bear with me. It should only be a slight lag. You should only hear like maybe a little chop. So hang on a sec. Yep, we should be back again. All right. Yeah, so no, I do not have any Aztec Challenge, but I do have this. So hang on while I tee up a song that can fit with this. What should we play? What should we play with this? Let's play... Man, so many things to choose between. You know what? Let's try... Yeah, let's do the... Yeah, let's do a bit of... Let's do a bit of Moonove. And yeah, Matt from Bosray brings up a good point. Aztec Challenge had only one difficulty setting, rock, as in hard. And yes, it is ridiculously hard. But I do remember and enjoy playing it. Yeah. And yes, when you do finally finish it, man, gets even worse. Anyway, take it away, Moonove, with Commando. Yeah, apparently that guy's just immune to fucking grenades. Muno with a bit of Commando, main theme remix. So apologize the tech talk here, but yeah, LP Chip is very kindly offering to do a bit of recording for Aztec Challenge and maybe have that be a video that I can pop on the show. And as I mentioned before, PlanMixPlay currently has a very rudimentary usage of video footage. It does not play any audio connected to the video footage because I don't have any. I have very little control over that audio stream. So right now, if there is any audio connected to videos, it doesn't actually ever play. Because that's, again, prototype software, got to take it one step at a time. It was the easiest thing to get working right away, so that's how PlanMixPlay works. And in case people listening in do not know, you can download PlanMixPlay yourself if you just go to www.planmixplay.com and download a copy. The version I'm using to broadcast with is not the version on the website now because I'm kind of continuously polishing things and trying to make things better, and so part of doing the show is me basically prototyping new functions and new features to see how they work. And yeah, so far I'm pretty happy with this. Like one crash at some point throughout the show, not a big deal. Definitely some stuff to learn from that, and hopefully this video will also disappear. Yeah, I am really like the way that box transitions away will look so much better. I'm already pretty pleased with how it looks now. Like, I think it looks really, really damn cool. And don't worry, LP Chip, he says no promises in terms of getting recording. Hey, that's whatever you want to do would just be grand. And if you do nothing at all, that's amazing as well. I would like to play one more video with music to it, even though we're coming up at the end of the show. I do apologize for having been a little bit... a little bit scatterbrained here because there's been a lot of stuff that didn't quite work and we had a late start, and that, just leaves me, I guess, not as much on top of things as I'd like to be. In the meantime, I did notice that, Shargo, you wanted something with Control-Z, please, which I don't think I have, and Ziona wanted Wallstrom and Friends. The biggest issue I have right now is that, for some reason... downloading anything from remix.kwed is incredibly slow. So if I don't have these songs already, I'm a little boned, and it would look as though I am boned because I don't have anything from Control-Z, I think. Let's have a look on RKO. Spy vs. Spy. Let's try and download that and see how we go. But I'm already worried. Yeah, download speeds are like ISDN speeds. I might have it before the... Oh, no, wait, no. It's actually picked up a bit. Maybe I'll have it like not by 2022. I might have it later tonight. Unfortunately, the same goes for Ziona. Your request for Last Hero. But, what do you know? Maybe we'll extend the show just a little bit to get a couple of requests in. Because I would much prefer to play them. Man, but that download. Slow. Slow as molasses. All right, in the meantime, let's see if I can't find something else. You also hear the high quality production of me clicking in the background. That's always a fun thing. You can actually hear my loud ass clicks through the microphone, I'm sure. I really should set something up to take care of that too. Let's see. Don't worry about that. LP Chip offers to download the things over Discord and send them. Nah, that's just going to be even more bother. Don't worry about it. I'm going to put in this video. So we're going to have another short glitch. So bear with me. There. Yes. Oh, wow. That was not a long video at all. That must have been kind of broken. All right, well, bear with me while we try to play this video. All right, we should be back again. Yeah, let's do this. So I am going to seek out a song. What shall we play? Amok, maybe Luke Hash. Yeah, let's do Luke Hash's version of this. people who listen to a lot of music would probably even be able to guess what it could possibly be that I have lined up. But I'm not going to tell you. You're going to have to listen and figure it out on your own, even though it's not really hard to guess. Because if you have the visuals, you'll see in like seconds. Like 3 seconds. 2, 1. And I was totally ready for the ending of that song. Did not surprise me in the least. At all. Next up, we have probably the last two songs of the show, and I hope you guys have had a good time, because I have. A little bummed out about how some of the ending stuff worked, but generally pretty happy with how it's been performing. Anyone who wants to give PlanMixPlay a spin, as I mentioned before, please join us on the Discord. Let me know how it works for you, what doesn't work. It is a work in progress, so there's a lot of stuff that's very prototypey, and I really want to put together a how-to video and try and expand the community a bit. But I'll talk a bit more about that soon, before the show ends. In the meantime, I'll play Shargo's request, who wanted anything with Control Z. I haven't heard much from Control Z, so I picked out their Spy vs. Spy song. For some reason, it didn't seem to load quite the way I was hoping it would load, so yeah, let's just hope this works. Shargo, I've got lined up for you, Control Z with Spy vs. Spy. And that was a little bit of Spy versus Spy by Control Z, requested by Shargo. So thank you very much for requesting that. Yeah, he does some good stuff, I gotta say. I have not heard much from Control Z. In fact, I haven't heard anything at all. An LP Chip is asking what winter's like in Australia, how cold it is, how much sun. It's a very mild winter. It really, really mild. Like, it just doesn't get that cold here. But it can get close to or below freezing. But yeah, it's not bad at all. So this is the end of the show. We've gotten to the end. We did it. We're a little over time, but that's okay because we also started a bit late. I have the wind down tune lined up, requested by Ziona, who wanted a bit of Surdan, and yeah, I might be hanging around a little on the PMP voice chat to sort of just unwind a bit after the show. It's just nice to kind of like breathe out and have things be done with. As I mentioned before, there is a Discord attached to PlanMixPlay, which you can find, I think, if you log in on PlanMixPlay.com, or otherwise you can just, I think, click a link that was shared on Discord as well. And yeah, I'm working on trying to get PlanMixPlay a bit bigger, have a bit of a community, because now I actually think it's starting to do a number of neat things. It's definitely far from being anywhere near like super dependable, but it's definitely grown to the point where I feel it's starting to show more of a use. And with a little luck, the wind down animation is also going to work. Unfortunately, the fact that PMP crashed means that half the data is unfortunately lost. But I don't know. It should still work, hopefully. Either way, I do appreciate everyone tuning in. I've had a good time. It's been great trying to test these things out. I hope you had a good time as well. Yeah, I don't really know if there's much else to say. Man, just goes to show that I really haven't done this show in a long time, because I'm even like a little bit off, like being, do I say something? Do I pull a lever? Is something like, should there be a balloon popping? What's happening? But no, I think this is just the end of the show. I don't know when I'll be doing another show. Hopefully there will be a collab with Slagon and Ziona at some point again in the future. But in the meantime, just keep your eyes peeled. I'm hoping to polish off more of the stuff that I now know doesn't quite work so well in PlanMixPlay. But in the meantime, I really do want to thank everyone who's tuning in, especially everyone who's on the PlanMixPlay.com chat. They definitely get a special mention. If I can see them, usually this works. If I can go to the website, there should be... nope, can't start yet. Why can't I see... I wonder if the chat has been broken, because right now I can't see it if I refresh the page. Yeah, now I accidentally played. Oh, there we go. Man, there must be something weird going on. Anyway, Raspor, LP Chip, Natas, Ziona, V. Linder, and Matt for Boz Radio, thank you for jumping on PlanMixPlay.com. Clearly that website also needs a bit of work. But yeah, thank you so much for jumping on there and chatting it out. I hope to see you guys again soon. In the meantime, we will play the wind down tune again, which was requested by Ziona, who wanted a bit of Surdan. And I picked out Surdan with Someday, the Dream Sequence. So take it away, Surdan.